Okay, so hi, I'm joined with Shirley and Latoya, and this is this session of the local heroes. And we're going to hear a little bit more about what these ladies have to say about the SEM ministry. But before I ask any questions, could you let us know who you are and what you do? Let's start with Shirley.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I actually teach in a special needs school. I've been teaching for a number of years, so most of my teaching background is in special educational needs. I've taught a wide range of children with autism, Down syndrome, physical disabilities. So most of my teaching career has been in special needs. So I help to support and lead in the special school. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And God has created amazing opportunities for me to get Christians in to talk about their faith and to celebrate Christianity in terms of Christmas, Easter, harvest. Shivi's come to our school several times, haven't you, Shivi? And several other people in the church have been. So I really thank God for those great opportunities.
Amazing,
Thank you.
amazing. And Latoya, I've said your name, but
Hello.
let us know what you do.
Yes, I just got a new job in a special needs school near where I live, so I thank God for that, so I can just walk there. But yeah, I work again at a lower school, and the children there again different needs, autism, cerebral palsy. Some of them are wheelchair bound, very very poorly children. But again, God has been using me to work with them, and I also work at a place called LHAP, which stands for Every Life Has a Hope. So that's from children to teens from 5 to 19, again with different needs. So that is on some Saturdays and in the half terms as well.
Amazing, amazing. So you're both super busy outside of church in terms of working with SEN children. But specifically for churches, I would love to know a little bit more about what you do within the church and what was established last year during lockdown. Shirley, maybe you could answer that one.
Okay, so we're part of a ministry, a special needs ministry that teaches children and youth as well. We realised that in the Sunday school there was a real great need for getting the gospel across and the message of Christ and Christianity to children and young people with special educational needs. So this has been going for quite a number of years. I did used to teach quite a number of years ago in the Sunday school, having a little group, teaching them, differentiating the lessons to make it really realistic to these children. And then about 2 years ago, Ruth, Marilyn, a few other people, and Anya all came together and we actually formed the special needs ministry, which goes right from primary through to secondary. And it's great. It's lots of fun. If anyone's interested to join, and it's just great to see the children's progress and just seeing how the Bible stories and the truths of Christianity are really getting through to these children. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. That's great. So we didn't mention it before, but this is the SEM ministry at City Gates Church in Ilford. So the first question for you, Latoya, what has been your highlight within the SEM ministry during the pandemic?
One of my highlights during the pandemic has been God allowing me to use my gifts to teach his children and young people by using Makaton. And Makaton is basically just a language program using signs and symbols to develop communication. But usually I just sign whilst I'm talking because you have to sign whilst you're speaking with Makaton. So that's one of my highlights. I'm allowed to be using my gifts, and also I use it for the children's church as well. So that's
Right,
Yes.
right.
as
So
well.
even I'm learning a bit of Makaton sign with memory verses. So thank you, thank you. And another question for you, Latoya. What would you say has been something that you struggled with during the pandemic in terms of the ministry?
I'd say my struggle has been not being able to be at church on a Sunday to teach the special educational and additional needs children and young people
Yeah,
in children's church and also in youth.
yeah,
But however, we've got technology, so we use Zoom like every Sunday. Like we send volunteers as well to help to teach the children. for both groups. So at least we've got Zoom to help us. So
Yes.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Shirley, a question for you. What encouragement or ideas would you give to other kids workers or SEM families that are watching this?
Yes, I really believe that we just need to remember that what God has called us to do, and in spite of a situation like lockdown or any situation, once God has called you to do something, whether it's working with children or ministering in prayer, God doesn't actually want us to stop.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things I'd say to encourage us is that we're doing this to glorify God.
Yes.
And, it doesn't matter what the situation is, we need to be humble, really, and take advantage of the situation. It's not always easy, it does have its challenges. But we need to remember that God has a purpose for these children and their families.
That's right.
And so it's so important for us to remain focused, to do what we are doing for them. And, even sometimes we might think, oh, it might not have an impact, but it really does have an impact, from what, the families do say. So I think the key thing is being obedient to God, whether it's raining or snowing or sun, whatever, just be obedient to God's call. That's what I'd say. And well done for everyone, those that are involved in children's work, children's ministries, because, it's not always easy, but we want to keep on going, keep on pressing on, as the Apostle Paul says.
That's right. That's right. Amazing. Amazing. And one last question for you, Shirley. What do you think that God is doing in the SEM ministry during this pandemic? I know you sort of touched on, your beliefs, or what do you think that he is doing specifically?
I think God is really moving in a new way, a different way. I think sometimes we have this kind of expectancy of how God does work.
Yeah.
God's showing us that he's a God of creativity.
That's right.
And he works in his own way, his own style.
Yeah.
And, I think I've learned through this to be really flexible. And we never thought that the Zoom sessions that we have every Sunday, that it would be still continuing now. I think God's just teaching us, when we're obedient to him and just faithful to follow him, so much can happen. So I think God's showing us, that he is at work and that we just need to be obedient and take one step at a time to follow him, because we started this last year, March, and we are just amazed that every Sunday, the whole team, we're actually meeting on Zoom. And it really is like a church without walls. We're not physically in a building, but these children and the families are being ministered to. And not only that, the parents are actually learning so much. They're keen to log on. They can't wait. The children can't wait to log on, for the sessions. There's so much enthusiasm. The parents are really working together with us. And we can see the spiritual growth of these young people and children. Some of them, they couldn't really have the confidence to pray out loud. But now some of them will say, yes, I want to pray.
Oh, amazing.
And they remember what we've been teaching them. We spent quite a number of weeks last year on the fruits of the Spirit. And they've learned so much about that. We're now looking at obedience and faith. So we can see ourselves, the actual development of these young people and children. It's not just the spiritual growth, but even just social skills.
Of course, yeah.
There's so much that we can see, so much learning happening, within these students.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. See, I feel encouraged and blessed by what you shared. So thank you so much, ladies. And I do hope to see you all soon. And
we do want to see you soon.
I know, missing you guys a lot. But thank you for all you're doing within the SEN ministry, especially. I know that there's been great feedback from parents as well and families. They've been extremely blessed that you guys have continued to be inclusive. So we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts as well.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone in the SEN team. All the volunteers are ever so faithful and really work hard. We're really working so closely as a team. It's great. you know, and I think we're all happy to be part of that team. It's just absolutely amazing.
Oh,
So I'd say if anyone wants to log on our sessions, that's from 1:30 on a Sunday to about 2:45. We have 2 groups within that time, so you're free to join.
amazing.
Lovely, thanks, Shiv.
So thank you so much, ladies, and take care.
Okay then.
See you then.